I'm so grateful to be in a mental and physical state to be able to do my classes with my coach and stretch my body, because stretching my body is so important. But I remember, like, over the holidays, well into January, almost 2 months, I couldn't do any classes because there was so much physical pain in my body, but also my mental state. I couldn't cope. I had so much brain fog, migraine. I had no energy. I couldn't get out of bed. So stretching just wasn't an option. Why do I stretch? Because it manipulates my joints. And when the virus is active in my body, it goes straight to different joints in my body, and it feeds off of my bone and my ligaments, and it causes inflammation and damage. So then I have to work through nutrition and exercise to repair this damage that's been done. And when I stretch this area, it creates a kind of tension and pain, and it triggers my immune system to go check out what's going on in my joints. When it goes over there and it notices that the virus is feeding off my joints, it fights it. Otherwise, my immune system might not be able to recognize it at times. And it's like a quick repair, right? And then, of course, I'm putting in optimal nutrition to support that repair. But every time I do a class, it's always revealing to me where the virus is. So, like, I've been having a lot of a significant pain in my tailbone. Just walking, going up the stairs, every step I take has been hurting. It started about 5 days ago, and it's been kind of picking up in terms of intensity. But sometimes I don't feel right away where some of the other triggers are. And today in my stretching class with Igel, I was able to feel the pain in my wrists and in all of my fingers. So doing like a bridge and handstands was particularly difficult. When we were stretching my shoulders, I could feel a very sharp pain deep inside the joint on my left side, but my right side was fine. And it's really painful to stretch and move those joints, but it's really important to do that. Otherwise, I get more and more and more tight. So releasing it obviously supports my immune system to support me, but it also creates more mobility. It releases tension and it releases pain. I have more range. I also feel mentally more clear and more stable. When I'm really tight in all my joints, it makes me very sluggish. It can make me depressed. So releasing all these tension points really help. I noticed I had a bit of tightness in certain parts of my spine and my vertebrae, and my left hip, but my right hip is totally fine. So the middle splits was a bit tricky because one side was tight, the other one was okay. Yeah, I love contortion stretching. For me, I don't even call it a workout anymore. It's really physio. It's way better than any kind of physio I've ever been to. My coach, Igel, is amazing. She and I have been working together for 10 years, and she knows my condition and my body really, really well. And we work together. Like, I tell her exactly what to do. I tell her exactly how long to hold it. I tell her when to stop. I tell her how much pressure I need. So she's very receptive and pays attention to what I need. And so that way it's like really a therapeutic for me, and it gives my body everything that I need. And whether I perform again, or like, it doesn't matter if let's say hypothetically I stop performing, not just now, but 10 years from now, I'm just not a performer anymore. I'm always going to be stretching contortion because it just has such a huge impact on my overall health and my physical health and my mental wellness as well. There's been some viral activity in my spine, specifically in my tailbone. It's been difficult to walk and take steps. With every step I take, I'm experiencing a lot of pain. So this exercise helps to strengthen and also open up my spine, which is really important because it releases the tension and the pain, but also triggers my immune system to go and check it out and fight this viral infection. It also helps with inflammation. Keep in mind that there's a lot of warm up before I can get to this point. It usually takes me about half an hour. The infection is really present in my wrist and hands right now, so putting any kind of weight on it has been challenging for the last 2 weeks. But every time I do an exercise, it helps. So my coach is actually holding my weight and supporting me, but I'm doing about 80 to 90% of the work. And I know this looks crazy, but bear with me here. This really supports my entire body. It also strengthens my spine. It also works my shoulders because I have a lot of infection in the left part of my shoulder. So pushing up helps to strengthen the area and release the tension and the pain. And after I do these exercises, I have a lot less pain in my wrist, fingers, and shoulder, which is amazing. But the process can be really hard and uncomfortable for sure. This stretch is sped up. It's actually 5 minutes long, and we go in stages, very, very slowly. And what I'm doing with these movements is I'm opening up a lot of the tension and the pain that's in the left side of my hip. The viral infection is in there right now, and it's really painful, so it's causing a lot of inflammation. And what this infection does is it feeds off of my ligaments, my tissue, my bone, so it can be quite painful. And so I just release it through breath work and just movement, which is really important to release the pain. In the past year, my shoulders have been impacted quite significantly, so stretching them is not my favorite thing, but it's definitely needed. Once everything is stretched, everything feels released. I have a lot more range, which is really important for a lot of functions throughout my day. I need my arms and my shoulders. I notice if I don't stretch this at least once a week, my shoulders are in more pain. I have a lot more tightness, and this really affects my mobility and also my mental health, because all of this tightness in my body really makes me feel sluggish. I love this stretch because it opens up my entire spine along with my upper back, shoulders, and arms. I have my chin on a block, which gives me more extension, and my coach is pushing my armpits and my chest down onto the floor, so this helps access the deeper part of my shoulders where I have a lot of infection. Quad stretches are really a knee stretch for me, and for 18 years of my life, I've had significant inflammation, mostly in my knees, until recently where it spread through different parts of my joints and throughout my body. So I've had serious inflammation in my knees and a significant amount of damage. And so bending the knee helps to release the tension. It also stretches the joint area. But when my knee's really, really swollen, I'm not able to do this at all. And since I've had a huge flare up in the last year, it's been really difficult to do a quad stretch at all. So I'm just working my knee right now and opening up my quads because my knees happen to be free of this infection right now. Stretching the knee like this really helps to rebuild the area that's been damaged.
Always ends the same when it was me and you. But every time I meet somebody new, it's like deja vu. I swear they sound the same. It's like they're on my skin. Every word they say sounds just like him. And it goes like this. We'll get in your car and you'll need to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the backseat.
Got ready for the night. She said for the light. But she sees the vision going up line after line.